Hello, Rob from Fountain Pen Journey with a pen mail video. New fountain pens from Lamy, 2 new fountain pens from Lamy and 1 from Kaweco. So an all German pen mail this time around. So these have only just been released. Basically I've got them out of the packaging, had a quick look. So it really is very much a first impressions video, but I will pop whatever cartridges they've been supplied with, blue, into the pens and see if they write, see how they write. So I can give you a full, if you like, review, first impressions. I'm not going to review these pens in depth because let's face it, I've done a lot of these particular models previously, apart from this one, new to me. I do have one, but not in this colour, and I have to be honest, too many pens, I have never inked it up since I got it, so this is going to be interesting. Let's start with the Lamy. Now, it's not a Lamy Safari, so all those people who've already turned off because it's another Lamy Safari special edition review, it's not that. Sorry to disappoint. It comes in a battered box from Cult Pens. It's alright, it's not damaged in any way. I'm perfectly happy with what I received. Yep, there we go. Check the box over there, with that over there. Ooh, Lamy Studio Matte Rose. Ooh, that is pretty. It's a very dusky pink, not too pink, but it is not a rose gold either. It is definitely a dusky pink. That's nice. I like that. It would match that box rather well because I have quite a lot to say about that particular Kaweco pen. But moving on, Lamy Studio cartridge. Right, Lamy Studio Matte Rose 2023 special edition, only just come out. Basically it's going to be really hard to see. There we go, Lamy. Is that even upside down or is it, which way around is it? My eyes, come on, there we go, Lamy. And it's a matte barrel and cap, the usual Lamy Studio propeller shaped clip is very much a polished steel clip. Give that white, that's a bit of moisture up there, so very, very slick looking. And I know a lot of people do not like the Lamy Studio because of that. That very polished metal slippery section. And I will say once again, I don't personally have any problems with these because my hand hygiene is very good. I don't have greasy oily fingers and I don't write while I'm eating a bucket of KFC chicken, so I don't have any problems with the Studio. It's basically got to be very hot summer weather for me to go, you know what, my fingers are starting to slide up and down this section here. I mean, as you can see, there is, I mean, moisture, heat from your hands will create some condensation on there, but yeah. Anyway, what I actually want to say is this pen came with a different nib to usual. Now, all of my Studios, plastic thing, we've got a black plastic feed under there, and of course the Studio steel nib, which you can just easily pull off and swap with another Studio nib. Now this nib, something I've not seen before. This is a, look, everything's going to go completely south. No, it's not. There we go. Right, this nib is a stub, a 1.5mm stub nib, and I have never seen them offered on a Lamy Studio, and to be honest, you don't really see them offered with many Lamy pens. Obviously the Lamy Joy, it's a calligraphy pen, it comes with a selection of nibs, but I've never seen a Studio for sale, certainly in the UK, which has obviously come with a full range of the steel nibs. So it goes down from, well, up from extra fine, fine, medium broad. There's no double broad, but they do then go into a 1.1mm stub nib, a 1.5mm stub nib, and a 1.9mm stub nib. And I really wanted, I've never used a Lamy stub nib before, so I was kind of like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? What do I go for? Do I go for the 1.1? Is that really going to be very stubby? Do I go for a 1.9, which probably is going to be a bit too broad for me? So I thought I'm going to go with basically a medium stub nib, so 1.5mm stub nib on this, which was quite nice to see. Supplied with your usual Lamy blue capsule, which we'll push in there. Obviously, being Lamy proprietary cartridges and converters. Oh, that went in rather easily. Screw this lovely dusky pink barrel back on. Cap it for a minute. And let's have a quick look at the actual pen while that ink makes its way into the feed. So it's really nice. I like that a great deal. It's not overly pink. It's obviously pink though. I think if you're a fan of pink and pink fountain pens, this is definitely one that you're going to be thinking of, even if maybe that section is a little bit slick for your particular fingers. Stop eating KFC. Fried chicken and fountain pens. Come on, have some respect, people. Yeah, and the clip, obviously the clip is, I find, very functional. It's quite stiff, not too stiff, slides really easily on and off things, but it does poke out quite a bit, as you can see there. So that is something. The cap pops on and off. And one thing I love about the Studio is it's so easy to cap and uncap. One-handed, slides off, and clips onto this metal finial, which I think is a really, really good feature. It's once again, it's another Lamy design element which really, really works. And I really do actually enjoy writing with the Lamy Studio posted. Don't always, more often than not, I forget, because I'm not really a fan of posting fountain pens, and it's perfectly comfortable. Very, very nice, but it posts deeply. Obviously, it clips into position, and you get a really nicely weighted all-metal fountain pen. So let's have a look at how this writes. I'll get out my Rhodia. This is the Cult Pens leather case from a few years ago, which I generally use quite a lot. Got all sorts of things in here. I've got some stencils that I bought from Amazon, a whole pack of them, all sorts of different designs. They're quite fun to use, and I didn't think they'd work very well with fountain pens, but surprisingly they do. So let's get rid of that. Let's get a piece of paper from this Rhodia pad. And let's see if this Studio writes. Try and get this somewhere in the camera. No, ink's not made it just yet. Might need to give it a bit of a prime. And squeeze the cartridge a little bit just to get the ink going down there. Do this off camera, it'd just be easier. Nope, still nothing. And this isn't a fault of the pen at all. I mean, obviously, if you use a converter, you've already saturated the feed. So when you put a new cartridge into a pen, they don't always get the section completely saturated immediately. Some pens actually are very quick, but not all of them. Okay, this is actually getting to the point where it really needs a proper squeeze. There we go, squeezed a drop of ink through there. And it's just gone onto that bit of paper, which is now going to be an absolute nightmare, so I shall get rid of that bit of paper before I turn my little writing station here into an absolute mess. Get another piece of paper out. There we go. Right, ready to go. Still not ready to go, damn it. Honestly, do not blame the pen for this. We are getting there. There we go. Ooh, you can really see the stub qualities of this 1.5mm stub nib. Ooh, there we go, Lamy Studio matte rose. I'm just going to double check the actual packaging just to make sure I'm even calling it by its right name. Yeah, there we go, 1.5mm down there. 1.5mm stub. Oops, stub. I can't even spell stub. Okay. Oops, that's me. Can't even spell today, the lazy dog. It's been a long time since I wrote over the top of a camera. Forgot how tricky it actually is. Got a bit of a squeak on this paper. So downward strokes are very, very fine. And these are, I'm not going to measure them, but they are, I wouldn't, to be honest, I would say that that is a little bit finer than I would expect. It's certainly not a 1.1mm wide line. Actually, yeah, no, no. With a bit of slowness and a little bit of extra pressing, definitely 1.5. Reverse writing is surprisingly, that's really good. That is not scratchy at all. That's excellent. I'm not saying that you do this, but either way is good. Obviously, because it's a stub nib, you're not actually getting the fineness that you would do from the more minimal tipping material in contact with the paper. But yeah, reverse writing is actually very good. And yeah, typical Lamy, lays down ink with no issues whatsoever, and as you can see, that is really quite medium wetness. Let me just show you. The stub characteristics, there we go. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. Medium, no, medium stub I'd call it. 1.5mm stub. And yeah, I would definitely say that this is going to be an everyday writer. However, the ink is Lamy blue, so I'll do some journaling right with this, and then certainly think about swapping the cartridge out for a converter, or cleaning the cartridge, filling it with an ink which is something definitely other than Lamy blue, which is okay, but not a favourite ink of mine. So there's the Lamy Studio Matte Rose. Now let's move on to the next Lamy, which comes in a better presentation box. I do like these. This is one of my all-time favourite fountain pens. Very underrated. got some gumph in there. Yeah, product catalogue. Quite nice, because I think sometimes people forget what Lamy pens are out there. There's a whole range available still at the moment, so that's quite nice to see. Actually, it's a good marketing gimmick, if you like. What's this one? This is the Lamy Aion Deep Dark Blue. Have we got a cartridge under here? Yes, we have. Always tend to get a blue, always get a Lamy blue cartridge with Lamy fountain pens. Now, the Aion for me is, I wouldn't say it's the poor man's Lamy 2000, but if you're not sold on the Lamy 2000, especially not as the cost in the UK certainly has recently gone, in my opinion, through the roof. I have a feeling they're £180 now. Lamy put their prices up, and the Lamy 2000 at that price, quite honestly, I would be more, I would actually recommend go and find one second hand if you want a Lamy 2000. I've never bought a brand new Lamy 2000. I certainly don't think it's actually worth £180 plus, whatever it is these days. But this pen, the Lamy Aion, all metal pen, not too heavy, but heavy enough. And it's quite a chunky pen. It has many of the similar design elements, and I really do like it. I think it's, you're looking at £75, £80 for some of the models. You can get them cheaper. I've certainly bought second-hand ones for an awful lot less money than that, maybe half price, which is a very, very good bargain. This deep dark blue version, I'm not a fan of blue pens. I know some people love blue. I'm not really a fan of blue fountain pens, but this is nice. It is very sleek looking, very dark blue, very much a midnight blue, polished chrome clip with Lamy stamped in there. And one thing I love about the Lamy clip on the Aion is it's sprung, bit like the Lamy 2000, not quite as refined. A lot of things about this pen are not quite as refined. I'm getting a fair bit of spinning on this. Pop off the cap. We have got a lovely matching, slightly different matte finish on this rather bulky section, which isn't slippery. It's metal, but it's not slippery. We've got a matte section. So if you're not a fan of the Studio, then certainly have a think about the Lamy Aion. The Lamy Aion nibs, obviously, it's a winged nib like many other Lamy nibs, slides on and off, and that does usually a really good job. So let's unscrew this. Let's poke in the blue Lamy cartridge again, pop that in there, give it a bit of a squeeze to get it going, screw that back on there. Nice comfortable pen, good weight, not too heavy, but it's got some weight to it. Posting is deep, it isn't as secure, it just slides on and off, but it's a good length and a very, not too heavy, but it's got a good heavy enough weight to it posted. But I never write with my Lamy Studios posted, so hopefully this one will fill its own feed a bit quicker than the Studio did. Remember, these are first impressions. It's not giving the ink a lot of time to make its way through the feed. Black plastic feed, by the way. Quite a lot of turns to get the section screwed into the barrel. I'm spraying ink everywhere now. You do have to bear with me on this one. Drag this down into the feed, come on. Almost there we go. Right, okay, we're off. Now I have seen the name of this 2023 special edition, Deep Dark, this is, blue. It's all one word. However, in the UK, I've not seen it written like that. Now, this is a medium nib, and I would say for a Lamy nib, this is bordering on fine. No issues with this whatsoever. This is a good quality medium wetness, a little bit on the fine side, so obviously it's not laying down a huge amount of ink. Reverse writing is extra fine, very smooth, quite smoother than many extra fine pens. Yeah, very happy with that. No nib tuning required for either of those pens, so that's excellent. Lamy Aion Deep Dark Blue, very happy with that. And let's move on to just do a side-by-side comparison of these two pens. As you can see, very similar overall in length, all capped. Nib to nib, really not a great deal difference. The Lamy Aion is going to definitely show its girth over the studio, and when they are posted, not a huge amount of difference between these two. So it's kind of slippery section, or do you want a slightly girthier matte section? Obviously different colours of both. These are both the 2023 special editions. Let's pop those out of the way and move on to this pen, Kaweco collection. So this is the Perkeo infrared with the medium nib. Kaweco collection cardboard thing. So this is the 2023 special edition. Is that cardboard? No, plastic, I believe. Plastic sleeve, cardboard box. Now, my first impression when I opened this was, right, before I show you, I heard a lot of stuff on social media, so looking at Instagram, mainly Instagram to be honest, Kaweco collection, Perkeo, or Perkeo, whatever you want to call it. Most people seem to call it Perkeo. Kaweco Perkeo infrared. And all of the images that I saw were of a very, it's like a very sort of vibrant, translucent red. And I even saw, and I think it was one of the pen retailers. Yeah, I think it might even have been a pen retailer's post on Instagram, and they were saying about, oh, the Kaweco Perkeo infrared. My God, you won't believe the material they've used, because it depending on the light and the angle that you hold the pen at, it goes from different transitions to different colours of red and shades and all the rest of it. I got this out and I looked at it and I just went, it's pink. It really is pink. It's not even a fluorescent pink. It's kind of almost a fluorescent pink. And the camera is picking up this colour extremely well. This is what you're going to get. You're going to get a pretty much transparent demonstrator in pink. This by no means is what I would say is red, infrared, or any light transitions. It's pink. It's almost fluorescent pink, but not quite. It is a bit duller and darker than a fluorescent pink pen. So I was like, oh, it really is not what I was expecting. Kaweco collection up there. Pop cap, quite secure. I've got a medium steel nib here. Unscrew the barrel. The cartridge drops out and blow through that barrel. There are holes, so damn you, Kaweco. You could always modify the Kaweco Perkeo design and make it eyedropperable, because it would be a fantastic eyedropper. It would hold an absolute ton of ink. Yes, you could seal the holes, but I hate doing that. Makes a right mess of the pen usually. The Perkeo really, I mean, you can do it with the Sport. The Kaweco Sport is an excellent pen for eyedroppering. The Perkeo, come on, it is so close. You could really do that. Now, that is a bit of a purpley coloured ink cartridge, and I'm doubting they've supplied a purple ink cartridge with this fountain pen. Give it a little bit of a squeeze, and let's, that clicks into place. That's quite interesting. It screws down and then clicks. Decent enough length, very, very lightweight pen, but this is good quality plastic. But bear in mind, we've got this translucent section. You can see all the inner workings in your ink cartridge, the ink level in the ink cartridge. Shame you can't eyedropper this though. But look, triangular-ish flat sections. It's not massively pronounced. We're not talking about the Lamy Safari, but it does. Ooh, it writes much faster. That feeder's done a good job already. So it's yeah, it's three sides. It's rounded-ish. But if your grip is not your tripod grip, triangular sections aren't for you, this is not a pen for you. So, oof, that nib, not good. Ah. Am I spelling Kaweco right? Yeah. Kaweco. Can you hear that? Ah, that nib. Oh. Nails down a chalkboard. Oof. Oh, Kaweco, dear God, no. This is one of the worst nibs I've written with for ages. Ooh. It writes. And the ink flow is fantastic. And it's a medium, definitely a medium. And it's really, really wet. We've got a clear feed under there, that's quite nice. This is painful. Yeah, reverse writing, scratchy as hell. And I will talk to you in a, oof. No, Kaweco. My God. This is where my reviews and videos are always honest. This is bad. That nib, that has got to be severely misaligned. One of those tines must be well out of alignment, so this needs some tweaking to get that to write well, because That is not good. Really not good. Not cool. Goes back to what I've said many times over the years when I review any Lamy or Kaweco fountain pens. Bit hit and miss with the nibs. Not had any issues with Lamy nibs for a good bit of time. These two, the Lamy Aion Deep Dark Blue and the Studio Matte Rose, both of them absolute winners, perfect for me out of the box. Kaweco Collection Infrared, the Perkeo Infrared. Bearing in mind this is a cheap beginner's fountain pen, they're not going to want to write with that. That is not good at all. So there we go, pen mail. Interesting. Well, I suppose that was a review. Kaweco, God, you've let me down again. Once again, another cheap Kaweco pen, which should theoretically write really well out of the box, and it's bad. It's bad. It's an easy fix, but for anybody who just went, oh, I'm new to fountain pens and I really like this pink, not red, pink fountain pen, I'll buy that, and that's the experience they get. And I'm sure that if I tried 10 of these, they wouldn't all be like that, but yeah, not good. So this time Lamy wins. So because I always think Lamy and Kaweco nibs are kind of so hit and miss. You can get 8 good ones and 2 really bad ones, but yeah, Kaweco, that you have let me down quite a bit in the past, and I believe out of all of the Lamy pens and the Kaweco pens, and I do have many of both, Kaweco, you've taken the lead for the number of dodgy nibs that I've had over the years now. That one, no, that should not have got out of the factory. But anyway, there we go. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you next time.